This fall pumpkin sitter with items from Dollar Tree. All right. So this sign does have another side where it has those little beaded pieces on it and it has another print. But we're going to change it up with some napkins from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use the back side of it. You can use that original print that is there, but I wanted to use these napkins that they have from Dollar Tree, and I thought these combo would be cute together. So I'm going to paint just the bottom section of it, not the whole thing. But you can paint the whole thing just based on how you want your colors to look. I am going to paint around all of the edges there, just in case you see them from the sides or what have you. And then I'm going to let that dry. And then once that dries, I'm going to come in with some Mod Podge and I'm going to go on the top section. So I'm just putting the Mod Podge where above, if that makes sense, above where the beaded section will be, because we're going to do something different with the bottom section. So I gave it a good amount of Mod Podge there, and then just to make sure that I get all the way down to where the beads will be, I'm just placing them there so I could just kind of line that up as neat as possible. And then I'm taking one of the plaid napkins from Dollar Tree, and these come in about 24 in the pack. So if you want it, you can do a lot of matching cute decor pieces. So you'll just take that apart because the napkin is 2-ply and you'll be left with the printed section of it. And then I just placed that down as best as I could. If you didn't want so many wrinkles, you could apply this the other method, where you let the Mod Podge dry and then come back on and apply heat and what have you. But I'm okay with the wrinkles. So I just smoothed it out as best as I could with my fingers there. And then I let that completely dry. And then once it dried, I came back in and I cut off all of the big excess pieces. You can burn those off. You can sand it directly off. But cutting off the big just makes it easier to sand it off once you're done, if that makes sense. So I just cut around and then I tore around the other side. I'm going to come in and I'm going to straighten that line up because you can see it is rough and it's going into the other section there that I did need. So I just placed those beads down and then just came in with like a razor to cut it straight. But you can just do your best job getting that line straight, because if you apply the Mod Podge correctly, you can just tear it, but I just sometimes worry about lifting up the other portion. So now I'm going to come in with this napkin from Dollar Tree, and you can see they go together because they even have the little plaid print around the border there. So I'm just going to take, and I'm going to cut that plaid print off, though, even though the way that this does lay, you don't really see the plaid print. But I'm going to cut as close to the design as possible. Like I could cut a little bit closer, but it works out fine. You don't really see the little outline, but you don't want to leave the whole thing on. And then I'm going to apply Mod Podge to the bottom section there and a bit on top of the other portion, because the little stems and vines go up to that section. And you can see most of that is where I painted the white, and then you can see it pops out and it's nice and brighter than the other section. So like I said, based on how you want it to look is based on if you're going to paint the whole piece underneath or if you're just going to paint part of it. And now that that is dry, I'm just going to come in and sand around all the edges and clean those up. But I'm not going to sand too rough because I don't want to get rid of that white border that I did have there. And then now I'm going to attach some signage. So Dollar Tree has these little thankful signs. They come in a pack. So they have different words on them like blessed and thankful. And then I'm going to put back on those beads too. But before I do that, I'm just going to wrap some twine, also from Dollar Tree, around the stem of the pumpkin there. I'm just tying it off in a knot. You can glue it down at first if you want, but this works just fine. And then I'm just wrapping it around, staying as close as possible so that you don't have any little gaps. But you can cover this with a bunch of different things. You can make like a cute little faux stem. You can do just a bunch of cute things. But I'm gonna make a little bow for this also. So I'm just taking this ribbon that I also got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting 3 different sizes. I don't want it to be too wide because I want it to match with the pumpkin. And then I'm just cutting the edges there on a little angle. And then now I'm just going to stack them up and like pinch them together, wrap that with some twine, tie that off. And then now I'm going to finish gluing everything down. So that is really it for that part. You can attach a hanger if you wanted to hang this, but I'm going to make mine a sitter. So I'm just going to take this little piece of wood right here and then just glue that to the back. You can paint that too, but you really don't see that. And then that is it. Now I have my cute little sign for this fall, and you can customize these in a bunch of different ways to fit in with your own personal style. If you like, give it a big old thumbs up.